What is up, you guys? Oh, that was so cringy. Hello, everybody, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I can't believe I'm starting this because I told myself for the longest time I was not going to start a YouTube channel, but here we are. And I wanted to start this channel just for you guys to be able to get to know me better. We can talk more. You guys can see how weird I am, whatever. Anyways, so I have a very special guest today for this little Q&A that I did on my live. And you guys sent me questions. So I'm going to be answering those while I eat my sushi lunch. Because would you expect anything less from me?
No.
And if you did, then you don't know me that well. But anyways, if you don't know me that well, welcome. I'm Jackie. I feel like I should have started off by saying that. Hey guys, so cheers. I'm gonna start off with this little first piece. Cheers. Okay, I'm ready. Let's start. First question. Working with Coheed and Cambria, were you a fan of theirs beforehand? So recently, I was in the Coheed and Cambria music video for Jesse's Girl 2. I love their music now, but I would be lying if I said that I knew them beforehand. They were so cool. I didn't really get to meet them personally, but the set was amazing and Rick Springfield was amazing. But it was so cool to be a part of that video. And now I have you guys who watched the video who are now here, so that's cool. Do you have any advice for someone that's starting acting class? You know what? I do have some tips. So when I first started taking acting classes, I was terrified of making a fool of myself. I was terrified of asking too many questions or being that annoying kid who's like trying too hard. But what I learned, you don't have to be that kid. You have to ask questions and you have to be involved and you have to let yourself go. And you can't be afraid of looking like a fool because that's what acting is. Like, we look crazy and we're being different people and that's weird. So you have to fully give in, and until you are able to confidently say, like, I gave that 110%, I didn't hold anything back, do it again. All right, next question. What was the hardest scene to shoot? The Brody rescue scene in episode 1. That was episode 1, right? And I think it was the hardest thing to shoot because one, I was in a harness for hours, hanging off a fake cliff that we built that was also a replica of the other cliff that I was falling off of. And I don't say it was necessarily hard, it was just very uncomfortable to sit in a harness. You know when you go zip lining, it's like that, but you're just hanging there for hours. Would you be a fan's girlfriend? You know, I've gotten a lot of questions. Am I single? Do I have a boyfriend? Do I have a crush on anybody? And I'm gonna set the record straight. I'm single. I'm ready to mingle. Just kidding. No, I'm not. Dream job. This was asked by Jamie, which is one of my favorite people in the entire world. He was our sound mixer. He was our sound mixer on Malibu Rescue. You know what, Jamie? My dream job, play a live action Disney princess. That's one. My second dream job is to play like a Black Widow, Atomic Blonde, Russian spy. That has always been my dream. I can speak Russian, so that's probably part of it, but I just always wanted to play a Russian really badass spy. Is that what the YouTube do? Is that what they do? Oh God. Give me a second. That was so good. Next question. $30 I spill on myself. I am willing to bet all of you I'm going to spill. My first job. My first ever role, if we really want to take it super far back, was in a movie called The Golden Rule, and I spoke Russian in it. And it was basically all these kids from all these different places of the world talking about what the Golden Rule means to them. And then I would say that my very first real job was on Criminal Minds when I was 11 or 10. I was 11 or 10. I get murdered in the first 5 minutes, but it was so cool, and Criminal Minds is one of my favorite shows, so I'm so lucky that I got to be on it. What is your favorite movie of all time? You guys, I have 2 favorite movies. I have posters of them all over my room. I can watch these movies every single day for the rest of my life and be happy on loop. Number 1 is Good Will Hunting, because Robin Williams is my favorite actor of all time, and also that movie can make me laugh and cry within seconds of each other. And it is so good. If you haven't seen it, please go watch Good Will Hunting. And second is La La Land, because it reminds me of why I wanted to become an actress. I love the songs, I love the dances, I have them all memorized. It was just one of the most insane movies for me to watch. Okay, enough of that mushiness. What was the funniest scene to shoot? What was it? I think the funniest scene to shoot was, I don't know if this is like the funniest scene, but this was just like a blooper. It was super late to us, like super late at night. It was really close to us wrapping, and we only had like a couple minutes to finish filming. And Brie had to say probably, but she kept saying it in an Australian accent. She kept going like, probably. She kept saying probably instead of like probably, and I just thought it was the funniest thing ever, and I could not keep it together. And how did you get cast in Malibu Rescue? I feel like I have kind of told this story before, but I originally auditioned for Lizzie. Could you guys ever picture that? No. So I originally auditioned for Lizzie. I got a call back, and then I met with the producers, and I met with our director and our writers and everybody at Netflix, and they were like, yeah, no, like you're not Lizzie. But they're like, hey, would you want to audition for Dylan? And I was like, okay. So they gave me 10 pages of sides. I went outside, I probably read them once. I went back inside, I did the scene. They're like, okay, thanks. And I was like, well, that's not gonna work out. So then they called me back a week later, and they were like, hey, we didn't give you enough time to, read the script. Would you want to come back and read Dylan one more time? And I was like, of course, like, yes, like this is perfect. So I went, I dressed like a lifeguard, and when I got into the audition room, the camera broke, or the computer broke, something broke. So it was just me, the casting directors, and the 2 writers, Scott and Jed, just sitting in the room together for what felt like 5 years, but it was probably only like 30 minutes. But we really got to talk, and they got to know me, and I got to know them, and then we did the scene, and I felt really good about it, and I went home, and I was like, you know what? If this doesn't work out, I gave it 110%. If it does work out, that's amazing. But if it doesn't, oh well, I did my best. I met these 2 writers, they're amazing, we'll see what happens. And a couple weeks later, I found out that I was testing, which means I was signing contracts, but it was between me and somebody else. And in my head, I was like, I really want this, but I think they're gonna go with the other person. I knew who the other person was. It just, to me, being me, I was like, I'm not gonna get it. Why would I get it? I'm not good enough. And I booked it. Who would have thought? I booked it, and I got it, and here we are almost 3 years later. What is your height in centimeters? I'm 5'8". I have no idea how many centimeters that is. What's your favorite Netflix show? Probably Black Mirror. That's such a good show. I also just finished Ratched, which was so good. It was so good, and I love Sarah Paulson more than anything in the whole world. How do you stay positive? We're gonna get serious for a second. On my Instagram, I feel like I am pretty positive a lot of the time. I'm doing that for you guys. So let's say I'm posting a picture and I'm like, best day ever. What you guys don't see is probably right after I took that picture, I had like a really bad anxiety attack, or I was crying, or I was upset about something. So I'm not always positive. I definitely have bad moments, which everybody does, and I feel like starting this YouTube channel was primarily me trying to show you guys the real me, not only what you guys see on my Instagram, because that's not true. How do I stay positive? I don't. I have bad days, and I think the only thing that gets me through them is knowing like whatever the situation was probably out of my hands, and everything happens for a reason. That is something I live by. So yeah, how did you manage studying and filming? Not very well, considering I had to end up dropping out of high school, but I graduated early, I got my GED. Schoolwork itself was hard. I mean, I had so much schoolwork to do, but I had time to do it in my trailer in between filming. I found time to do that, but I think the thing that really affected me more was not really seeing my friends. I'm naturally ginger. I am naturally ginger. I'm more of like a strawberry blonde, I would say, but I could pass as ginger. I'm sorry for all of you who thought that this was my natural hair color. I would die if it was. What is your full name? My full name is Jacqueline Rachel Jacobson. That's what the R stands for. You guys, my name is not Jacker. It's not. I'm sorry. My name is not Jacker. It is Jackie. And I've just accepted it at this point that everyone's still gonna call me Jacker. What's one celebrity you want to be on a movie or TV show with? I would love to work with Sarah Paulson. She, one, has the greatest personality ever, and two, she is such an insanely talented actress. Do you have a boyfriend and or siblings? No on the boyfriend, yes on the siblings. I have two older brothers. One is 26 and one is 23. We're super, super close. I hang out with them every single day. Maybe I'll film a video with them. They would never let me do that, but we'll see. How do you feel that thousands of people of the whole world are following you? You know what? It feels completely insane. It feels crazy that I have people all over the world. You guys seriously mean so much to me, and it's, I don't know, it warms my heart that like there's people who, you know, care and are rooting for me, and I just want to give you guys the same love back. But God, I have the sushi. How was your first kiss? My first kiss, hold on, let me go back. I think I was 12 and we were at a friend's birthday, and the guy, I think we were like dating, we were in middle school or something, and he didn't even go to my school. I didn't even know him, and I think he like asked if like we could kiss, I don't really remember. And everybody watched us, and like I think his mom watched us, and it was super awkward. But I remember it was like the greatest night of my life. And like I didn't tell my mom when I got home, and she was like, what are you so happy about? I was like, nothing, Mom, like nothing. You don't need to know. I think I told her the next day. Favorite character you've ever acted? I've ever played. My favorite character was probably, I did an episode of Game Shakers. I mean, I love Dylan, obviously, but I did an episode of Game Shakers, which is like this Nickelodeon show, and I played a character named Pompeii, and she was just a royal pain in the ass. She was so mean and so demanding. We had to eat like sushi and lobster, and like the scene was on the private jet, and then they had to pour a giant bucket of like hot butter all over us. So that was like my first stunt ever. It was so much fun to film. Who is your favorite person in Malibu Rescue? I can't pick, okay? I can't pick. It's true. Who is your celebrity crush? I am so happy somebody asked me about this, because if you know me personally, you know this. Ryan Reynolds is the most beautiful man in the entire world. I think he is hilarious. I think he is charming. I think he is so gorgeous. How was your high school experience? Honestly, I had a really good high school experience. I had a very weird one, but I had a really good one. I was always like the kid who was hanging out with the older grades. I was just always like that. I made so many memories, a lot of bad decisions, a lot of good decisions. You know, from my freshman to probably beginning of my junior year, I would say I had a really good high school experience. Nothing, you know, crazy happened to me, but I loved high school just for the social aspect. What is your zodiac sign? I'm an Aquarius. My birthday's in February. I would say there's a lot of things that I resonate with as an Aquarius, but a lot of things that I don't. You know, this is a really important question. It came from my best friend Alex. She asked me, what is your favorite potato? Baked potatoes, scalloped potatoes, fingerling potatoes, purple potatoes, sweet potatoes. So I'm gonna have to say sweet potato. Fries, preferably. Maybe waffle fries if I'm feeling crazy, but sweet potato. Portraits / handwritten letters or expensive gifts. I'm not really sure what the question is, but I love letters. I love letters. In my past relationship, I would write cards all the time. I thought it was the cutest thing ever, and it's just something so personal. Like, I love personalized gifts. I have every letter anybody has ever given me ever in my drawer, and I read them when I'm upset. So I love letters. I think that they're the cutest thing ever. That is it for the questions that I have. I'm really happy I finally started a YouTube channel, and I'm gonna start posting more videos. I already have a lot of ideas in mind and some very special guests who are gonna be in the videos, so I'm sure you guys would be excited to see that. This is the part where I'm supposed to say like and subscribe below. Like and subscribe below. Okay guys, mwah.